Yes, sir.
So my follow-up question is, in hearing this discussion, is just simply this, is that,
Because I don't think they can bring it back.
no problem. Is it your job, or do you feel it's your job to go back down to Concord or wherever and meet with those people to explain to them, I mean, here's the core, at least in this county, of the party, and you've got some people here that are not happy.
Right.
And will you then report back, will you go back and have a meeting with those 15 people and say, you know what, we got an issue here? And I understand, you can say all you want about, well, we know, you're not going to necessarily vote right all the time, but if you guys continue to do this, blah, 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 is going to happen.
Right.
So are you going to do that, or is that not your job? Because you keep saying it's ours, but
I'm saying the vote's in your hand.
I got
Vote's
that.
in your
I
hand.
understand.
Right,
But
right.
are you going to have a meeting with those people and tell them what you heard tonight?
As of this moment, I had not planned to sit down and have a meeting with those 15 people who voted that way. What I have done and plan to continue to do is, one, very publicly be clear about where we stand on that issue. There's no doubt in the minds of those 15 people where I stand on their votes. I've been very public about it. I've been very clear about it, number one. But number two, I have to say that the leadership in the House and the Senate have been very good to work with. I talk to them every single week, and we have discussed this issue and this vote in great detail. And they know when they go back to their caucus where I stand on it and what my position is on it.
I understand that. All I'm trying to say is that you, as the leader of the party, have some sway with them, not that you control them,
Right.
but they may be living in a bubble of their own, in this alternative reality. They may ride to Concord on a unicorn, and I'm trying to tell you
Right.
that if you don't tell them, if you don't have a lunch with them or something, and I don't know if you're getting the same message from every other county.
Well, I've had
I'm just
these
trying to tell you-
conversations with some of them individually.
Okay,
I can tell you
but
that.
I
I want to be clear. I haven't sat down and had a come to Jesus moment with these 15 people sitting around a table. I haven't reached that point yet. I have to be. I feel like I am doing that. So far, I have taken every opportunity that I have the authority to take and made the best, maximize that opportunity. And continue to, on a very regular basis, once or more a week, have these very clear conversations with the leadership in the House and the Senate. This conversation will be repeated the next time I have that conversation, which will be on Monday, which will just be a few days away. Absolutely, yes.
If I may, Jennifer,
Sure, Sam.
I know some of the people here are talking about right to work and so forth. Let me give you some information what happened in this last election. Some of the representatives, and we know, did not get reelected. Why? They voted against right to work. And how did that information come out? Right here, believe it or not.
Right.
It came from people like you. I heard it millions of times. And it gets to a grassroots organization who sent out flyers that said, do not vote for this man or that woman, because they voted against right to work. And that was the key. And one of the flyers that went out was, I voted for it. And that flyer went out to the constituents in this district. And that's one of the reasons I got elected. A lot of other things. But there are grassroots out there. Understand that. Okay, it is working. These people who voted the other way, there was a list there, believe it or not, and they know who they are. And that list, we weeded out time and night again, and they may not. One of the things that happens in New Hampshire, we have what they call the Main Streeters, okay, which is fine. These are what they call the old timers in New Hampshire. They have a right to be there, they're representing their constituents. But sometimes they tend to vote the other way, all right? Be understandable, and that's where your job comes in. My job is to get information to you also. But when I come here from Farmington, it's a little bit right. I love coming up here. I was up here. I met this man 5 years ago, Rudy Giuliani, 6 years ago. And I've been going to that Bonsai meeting ever since. And I was a representative then. Okay, but it's fun. But get that information out like you're doing tonight, and you get it to this GOP chair. And that's what you're supposed to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome.
Clock TV.